Check out this 2025 Tesla Model Y Juniper launch edition right next to the original Model Y, next to the new Highland Model 3. First off, the front fascia, it just looks more futuristic. I wish the light bar was just a complete flow. Not sure why they cut off the corner, but likely for the signal indicator. So this is the interior. Again, 4K, can't find this anywhere. So make sure you switch to 4K if you want to view this in 4K. Door trim, upgraded, just like the Model 3 Highland. You don't have that rear anchor on the bottom like the 3 Highland. Seats wise, exactly the same like the Model 3 Highland with ventilation and heated for the front passenger and heated for the rear 2 passenger. The dash exactly the same like the Model 3 Highland. The display exactly the same like the Model 3 Highland. Center console, same thing. We're gonna go through all the user options you have here. So under the application, it's the same across all new Tesla. You do have some different functionality, and I'll go through that, just like reclining and inclining the rear seats from the display. Many haven't talked about that, but you can do it from the display, not just the trunk. Range-wise, full self-driving, all the options here, all the same. Majority of the options are the same. You do have the option to go into autopilot, beta autopilot, right out of park. And you can do it automatically out of park as well. You do have additional options here. You have full self-driving, just like the summons, and also how far away you want the summon to move, and so forth. Lock mechanism, everything's the same, so nothing changes there. You have lights. Now you have ambient lighting, just like the Model 3 Highland and the Cybertruck. So you can change the brightness and the color, many color, RGB. Again, ventilated seats and heated seats. You can set this to auto. So depending on how you adjust the climate, and it will heat up or cool down. The rear seats, no ventilation, only heated. And what's cool about this seat control, not only you can move up and down or incline the passenger seat, you can also open access to the rear cargo from the display. This is the first. I did not see this in any other video. So I was very surprised to be able to do this from the display. Check that out. You can fold down your seats or fold up your seat from the display, not having to go to the trunk to do it, especially if you have somebody loading for you and you just want to fold it down. You want to fold it down before you get back there. Save some time. You have your display function, same as any other Tesla, schedule for charging, your tire pressure, service mode, and here's the launch edition logo. And this vehicle has 1 mile, so they probably just load it right off of the store here. And then of course you have your trip, and otherwise Wi-Fi connection. That is pretty much it. Again, the center console exactly same like the Model 3 Highland. You do have deeper storage though than the Highland for obvious reason. It's SUV, it sits higher, there's more space, vertical versus the Model 3 Highland. And underneath your armrest, you have 1 USB-C in there. So definitely want to get a hub and connect that to the actual itself. But there also is another USB-C underneath the cover. So total 2. You can actually get a hub and split that up. There's also a 12-volt underneath there, I believe. Ambient lighting all over. Again, the headliner, exactly the same like previous Model 3 and Y. The material seems softer, but otherwise, same. And dash, same. You do have this signal indicator column brought back. So I was there turning on the lights, the high beam, and the windshield wiper because I thought it was there. So they moved it to there. Very confusing, Tesla. Wish they would just stick with one direction. Just because if you complain, I got used to the switches on the steering wheel. And rear screen, just like the Model 3, same size, same functionality. You can watch videos on here. And now it has a front camera, not found on the Model 3 Highland, just like the Cybertruck. The crease or, separation here between the deck of the tailgate and the C-pillar just bothers me. Not sure why they did that. So let's go ahead and get access to the cargo area. So you have 2 deep pockets on the left side and the right side. But what's new here is that underneath this subcompartment, you have a space to store the cargo cover. So now it's included, and you can store this away. It folds down in a way where it's magnetized, it sticks down there, and this is where you can put your charger and also your adapter, any other accessories that you might have that you don't need to use often. And to place this cover, you just place it on top. It's magnetized just like that. It's pretty decent strength magnet, and you unfold it just like that, and it pulls out, and it covers your cargo just like that. Very stable. I think you can place stuff on top. Again, it's a little tricky to get this back into place, but then I realized you just fold it first and then you bend it forward. It doesn't flap up and down, so that's nice. There's the tail light or indicator light when your lift gate, your tailgate is open, because now your tail light won't show. Bright LED to brighten up your license plate. Love that look. And there's the light bar. So those are just the rear light when you're driving. It's not the brake light. There's the wheels. So 255/40 by 20 inch. Not a fan of this color, never were. Probably powder coated. There's the headlight, low down to the ground in the bumper. The problems I have with this on the Cybertruck is that it sits too low. Sometimes it doesn't hit the reflector correctly, and it's hard to see when it's raining outside. So not sure why they decided to do this. Yes, I know they're trying to put the light bar. There's an indicator light, but do you really need a light bar in the front that's not seamless? There's a cut in between where the front is at. That also bothers me too. Not sure if it bothers others. Then your indicator on the camera still is there, and that's how it looks like in the rear with the indicator on. Pretty cool. Too bad it's not sequential. I think it's not allowed in the US to be sequential. Now let's take it for a spin. So acceleration wise for the launch edition, 0-60 4.1 second, which is more than fast enough for any crossover SUV. You can find that plentiful, smooth acceleration, and you also have a long range up to 330 miles of range, assuming you charge to 100% optimal condition, which is approximately 70 to 72 degrees, cruising at speed 64 miles per hour with no hills, no wind, and no change to weather, just cruising along. That's the max you're probably going to get. On average, day-to-day activity, you probably will average around 250 in real day situation. So it's more than enough. Good daily driver, and you can charge at home. For example, you don't need that much range unless you're traveling on a road trip. But ride comfort, if you've driven a Tesla Model 3 Highland, this is the same. Smoothness, you do have more suspension, meaning that there's more space for the suspension to go up and down in the Y versus 3. So you feel less of the bump in the row. It's a lot smoother, lots more space, more cargo, and overall it's a crossover SUV. You can't ask for more. This is a great daily vehicle, including holiday road trip vehicle as well. It can haul things around, it can tow, it is versatile, 4-wheel drive, so you can't go wrong with this vehicle. The look, however, I'm still getting used to it, but overall, the interior wise, they knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm not a big fan of the new front design, trying to look like a Cybertruck when it's not. It just looks weird at all angles. The rear, I think is okay. It seems a little blank right below the taillight, because that's where the license plate used to be. But I'm sure you get used to it. It does look good at night with the light bar. Would I recommend this? Yes. For the price of the launch edition? Yes, if you are a big fan of full self-driving. If you're not, and you don't care about acceleration, wait for the non-launch edition, which will be available end of this year or beginning of next year. Performance will probably be available end of next year. Now, full self-driving does let you park the car. One best thing about it, if you're bad at parallel parking, it will do it for you. So check this out. If you're on the market for a Tesla, make sure you use the link in the description of this video. It will get you up to $2,000 off. And you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Catch you on next time. Take care.